We are told again and again that as we grow older, the normal thing is to resign ourselves, to accept that our energy slowly fades, that our circulation no longer responds the same way, and that intimacy becomes a distant, blurry memory. I hear it constantly in my practice. Men and women who arrive convinced that the only solution is to add yet another pill to the ones they already take. But what if I told you that not everything is lost? What if part of the solution is not at the pharmacy, but in what you choose to place on your table? After many years of clinical experience and reviewing medical studies, I have seen with my own eyes how nature can become a powerful ally. Today, I want to share with you a simple, familiar, and delicious secret for specific fruits that act like silent warriors inside your body. These fruits have the ability to improve circulation, restore vitality, and reignite that intimate spark that many believe is lost after the age of 60 or 70. And the best part is that they do not require a prescription, only consistency and a small gesture of self-love. Now, let us begin with the first fruit, red grapes. Fruit number 1, red grapes. I want to start by telling you the story of Mr. Robert, a retired construction worker, 72 years old, who came to my office with his face marked by fatigue. He felt frustrated because his feet were always cold, his legs heavy, and each walk he used to enjoy had become unbearable. But what troubled him the most, although it was hard for him to admit, was that this poor circulation was also affecting his intimacy with his wife. "Doctor, I feel like the blood does not reach my feet nor other places," he told me with a bit of embarrassment. After reviewing his tests, I suggested something very simple, adding a small bunch of fresh red grapes to his afternoon routine. Robert looked at me with disbelief. "Grapes? Really?" he asked, surprised. However, he decided to try it. 1 month later, he returned to the office. This time, he was smiling. His feet were no longer as cold. He walked with more ease, and with a shy tone, he confessed that things at home with his wife had improved. What had happened? The answer lies in science. The skin of red grapes contains resveratrol, an extraordinary polyphenol that works as a natural vasodilator. This means it helps the arteries relax and widen, allowing blood to flow more easily. When circulation improves, oxygen and nutrients reach every corner of the body, from the head to the tip of the toes. In men, this effect translates into a noticeable improvement in erections. Resveratrol boosts the production of nitric oxide, an essential molecule that allows blood vessels to open at the right moment. It does not force the body, as some medications do, but strengthens it gradually from within. The result is a more natural, firmer, and longer-lasting erection. In women, the benefits are equally remarkable. More active pelvic circulation means greater sensitivity, improved natural lubrication, and a warmth that makes intimacy much more comfortable and pleasant. Often, the issue is not a lack of desire, but simply that the body does not respond like it used to. Red grapes help restore that response. And the wonderful thing is that we are talking about a simple, familiar, and delicious fruit. There is no need for expensive supplements or complicated recipes. A handful of fresh grapes can be the first step toward better circulation and the rekindling of connection within a couple. Mr. Robert discovered that something simple can transform everything, and you can do the same. Red grapes are not a miracle, but they are a constant, gentle, and natural ally. And this is just the beginning, because the next fruit on our list is a silent guardian of a system we rarely pay attention to, but that is essential for both intimate and circulatory health: cranberries. Fruit number 2, cranberries. You may know them for their role in urinary infections, but their power goes far beyond that. I am talking about cranberries, those small bright spheres that contain a natural shield for our urinary system and, through that, for intimate vitality. Let me tell you about Mrs. Linda, a retired school teacher, 67 years old. She came to my office with worry written on her face. She suffered from frequent urinary discomfort, small infections that never seemed to give her peace. That physical discomfort had also become an emotional burden. She told me she had lost confidence in herself and avoided intimacy with her husband because she feared pain or irritation. After reviewing her case, alongside the appropriate medical treatment, I suggested adding a glass of pure cranberry juice, without sugar, 3 times per week. At first, she was surprised. "Doctor, can a simple juice really make a difference?" But she agreed to try it. A couple of months later, she returned with a new brightness in her eyes. The discomfort had decreased significantly, she felt calmer, and she had regained confidence in herself. With a smile, she told me, "I have gone back to enjoying without fear or worry." What had happened inside her body? Science gives us the explanation. Cranberries are rich in molecules called proanthocyanidins. Their function is surprising. They prevent harmful bacteria from adhering to the walls of the urinary tract. It is as if they create a protective layer that keeps those microbes from attaching. This keeps the urinary system cleaner, with less inflammation and in a healthier state. But the benefits do not end there. When the kidneys and bladder function properly, low-grade inflammation throughout the body is reduced. That silent inflammation is one of the factors that most damages our circulation. By reducing it, the blood vessels in the pelvic area function better. For men, this can mean more stable blood pressure and a more reliable erectile response. For women, it means less discomfort, fewer interruptions, and much more confidence. Mrs. Linda experienced this herself. Simply being free from that physical discomfort allowed her to relax and open herself again to pleasure and connection with her partner. In many cases, it is not lack of desire that hinders intimacy, but persistent discomfort that steals peace of mind. Removing that barrier can completely transform the experience, and for that reason, I always recommend giving cranberries a place of honor in our diet. You can have them as juice, pure extract, or even dried, mixed with yogurt or salads. They're a silent defense that protects your kidneys, your circulation, and your emotional well-being. And now prepare yourself, because the next fruit is like a ray of sunshine on your table, a vibrant food that awakens energy and helps balance hormones. Papaya. Fruit number 3, papaya. The third fruit on this list has the color of the sun and the sweetness of the tropics. It is papaya, a food that not only brightens your table, but also is a powerful ally for recovering vitality and balancing hormones. I want to tell you about Mr. Steven, a former math teacher, 75 years old. He came to my office with a tired air. "Doctor, I wake up more tired than when I go to sleep," he confessed with a quiet voice. His energy was at its lowest, and that constant fatigue was not only affecting his daily walks, but also his mood and his life as a couple. After some tests, we found that his testosterone levels, although within the normal range for his age, were at the lower end. Instead of turning to costly supplements, I suggested something very simple, adding half a bowl of fresh papaya to his breakfast 3 or 4 times a week. He smiled with doubt. "Just papaya? It cannot be that simple," he said. But he accepted the challenge. A few weeks later, he returned. This time, he was different. He had regained enough energy to spend time in his garden, and he said he felt a new drive. That was the word he chose. He also confessed that little by little, the spark in his marriage had returned. The explanation lies in the nutrients of this fruit. Papaya is rich in vitamin C and vitamin A, antioxidants that strengthen the immune system and overall vitality. But its most special treasure is an enzyme called papain. Papain aids in the digestion of proteins and, at the same time, acts as a powerful natural anti-inflammatory. Why is this so important? Because chronic inflammation, the kind that often goes unnoticed, is one of the main causes of decreased testosterone in older men. By reducing it, the body can start producing its hormones more efficiently and in balance. Papaya does not provide testosterone from the outside, but rather gives the body the ideal environment to function properly. For women, papaya is also a true gift. Its nutrients support the work of the adrenal glands, which are responsible for regulating stress. When stress levels decrease, the balance between estrogen and progesterone is better restored. This helps reduce vaginal dryness, increase desire, and experience intimacy with greater serenity. The best part is its accessibility. There is no need to go to specialty stores or spend large amounts of money. Papaya can be found at any market. It is delicious, gentle on the stomach, and easy to integrate into your diet. Mr. Stephen discovered that the simplest things can be the most transformative, and you can experience it too. Papaya reminds us that nature provides us with simple tools to regain vitality. And speaking of vitality, our fourth fruit not only strengthens the body, but also calms the mind and opens the door to a deeper intimate connection, the cherry. Fruit number 4, cherry. The last fruit on our list may seem small and innocent, but it holds immense power. Not only does it sweeten the palate, it also supports circulation, regulates sleep, and creates the perfect environment for intimacy. Let me introduce you to Mrs. Teresa and Mr. Julian, a couple nearing 79 years old, with more than half a century together. Both confessed that although they loved each other deeply, routine, fatigue, and insomnia had created a silent distance. "Doctor, we hardly sleep well anymore, and without rest, we have no energy for anything," Teresa said with a sigh. After listening to them, I suggested something very simple: eating a small bowl of fresh cherries 1 hour before bed. At first, it seemed strange to them. They even laughed. Cherries to sleep better? But they adopted it as a couple's ritual. 2 months later, they returned to my office with a different smile. Not only were they resting better, they also felt calmer, more communicative, and more eager to share moments together. "We are talking again at night," Julian told me. "And when calm arrives, everything else flows naturally." What was happening in their bodies? Cherries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation and promote arterial health. Like grapes, they stimulate the production of nitric oxide, which improves blood flow to all vital areas of the body. This effect on circulation strengthens both the physical response in men and comfort and sensitivity in women. But the most special thing about cherries is that they are one of the few natural sources of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. When we sleep poorly, cortisol, the stress hormone, rises, contracts blood vessels, and suppresses desire. It is almost impossible to feel intimate connection when the body is exhausted and the mind is overloaded. By consuming cherries at night, Mrs. Teresa and Mr. Julian were not only nourishing their circulation, but also inviting the body to deep rest. That rest calmed their stress, softened their mood, and opened space for intimacy. Cherries teach us something key. It is not about forcing, but about preparing the ground. By reducing physical inflammation and calming the mental storm of insomnia, this fruit creates the perfect setting for emotional and physical connection to flourish again. Just as a garden needs fertile soil to grow, a couple needs inner calm to reconnect. And cherries, with their simple sweetness, can be that fertile ground. With them, we conclude our journey through 4 fruits, but the best part is how to incorporate them into your daily life in a practical and simple way. Practical application and habits. At this point, you might ask, do I have to eat all 4 fruits every day to notice a change? The answer is no. It is not about complicating your routine or adding more obligations to your day. The key is to start slowly, with simplicity and consistency. I want you to see these fruits as allies that accompany you, not as a strict diet. Choose one, the one that appeals most to you, or the one that is easiest to access, and start with it. If you like grapes, try a small bunch as an afternoon snack. If you prefer papaya, cut some pieces and add them to your breakfast. If you enjoy cranberries, add a handful to your yogurt or salad. And if you love something sweet before bed, a bowl of cherries can become your favorite nighttime treat. The important thing is not the exact quantity, but consistency. When the body consistently receives these nutrients, it gradually starts to respond. More energy in the morning, less heaviness in the legs, better sleep at night. These are clear signs that your body appreciates the care. Remember, there is no need to revolutionize your diet in a single day. Start with a small gesture. Enjoy it and observe how you feel. That will be the first step toward a greater transformation. And now that you know how to apply it, I want to leave you with a final message that summarizes this entire journey. As you reach the end of this path, keep one clear idea in mind. Aging does not mean giving up. We often think that years only bring less energy, less vitality, and less intimacy. However, the truth is that the body continues to surprise us with its ability to recover as long as we give it the right tools. Red grapes, cranberries, papaya, and cherries are not just fruits. They are reminders that nature offers us kind, accessible, and delicious solutions to improve circulation, balance hormones, reduce stress, and strengthen connection with our partner. It is never too late to start. I have seen patients like Mrs. Teresa and Mr. Julian, both 79 years old, regain energy, confidence, and joy with gestures as simple as adding a bunch of grapes or a bowl of cherries to their day. Your body has not given up. It is simply waiting for you to give it the opportunity to show you. Now I would love to hear from you. Which of these fruits will you choose as your first step? Write it in the comments and share your experience, because supporting each other makes the journey easier. Thank you for accompanying me. Let us toast to living our golden years with intention, fullness, and vitality.